Now at 6, a special prosecutor files a rape charge against an Independence Community College professor. Plus, Missouri Senators Roy Blunt and Josh Hawley introduce a resolution to honor 3 fallen police officers from the 4 states. And how the Joplin School District is revamping its summer school program.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
An Independence Community College associate professor is charged with rape. This is KOAM News at 6. Lawrence Markowitz is an associate professor of instrumental music at ICC. He was arrested on Friday, but today he was officially charged with 1 count each of rape, attempted rape, aggravated sexual battery, and furnishing alcohol to a minor. Markowitz's attorney says he's been placed on paid administrative leave from ICC. A special prosecutor has been hired for this case. Markowitz will make his first formal court appearance tomorrow. Firefighters rescue a man from a submerged SUV in Shoal Creek. The Highway Patrol says the driver was going north on Gateway Drive in Newton County this morning when his SUV left the road and traveled down the bank and into the water under the bridge. An investigator says the driver had fallen asleep at the wheel. The Reddings Mill Water Rescue Team managed to get him to shore without injuries. The Reddings Mill Fire Department and Metro Towing later managed to get the SUV out of the water. An Ozark, Missouri man is dead after crashing his motorcycle over the weekend in Berry County. Missouri Highway Patrol says 48-year-old John Dougherty was traveling east on Highway 76 near Shell Knob when he traveled off the road and hit a sign. He was taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Could get pretty chilly tonight. Let's check in with Dougherty.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have frost advisories in effect, but this is still pretty close to our average last frost, really for the middle of April. So this is typical, but we don't want to get these this deep into the spring months, so you can really see, especially along and north of I-44. It actually turned out to be a nice day today. We do have a few mid and upper level clouds which are streaming through, but overall it's pretty quiet out there as we go through the evening hours. Upper 50s to lower 60s in our western counties. A little breezy. We have those northerly winds kind of at about 5 to 15 miles per hour, which will continue to kick in. Actual temperatures drop through the 50s, 40s. But look at this, all the way down into the mid to upper 30s for overnight lows. So we do have that frost threat for us tonight. What about the rest of the week? We'll look at that coming up.
See you then. Missouri's 2 U.S. senators introduced a resolution to honor 3 fallen police officers with connections to the 4 states. 2 of the officers are Corporal Ben Cooper and Officer Jake Reed of the Joplin Police Department. They were killed in a shootout in early March. A 3rd officer, Rick Hershey, was also shot in that incident but survived. The 3rd officer being honored in this resolution is Patrolman Lane Burns of the Bonne Terre, Missouri Police Department. Burns is a Carthage native who was shot and killed in the line of duty on March 17th. The resolution expresses condolences to the families of these fallen officers and to other members of law enforcement. The Joplin School District is revamping its summer school curriculum. It's aiming to give students more opportunities for hands-on learning. KOAM's Jalen Banks spoke with school officials and has more.
Summer school throughout the years has not always been something to look forward to, but Joplin School District aims to change that. Students K through 12 will have more learning options to choose from, ranging from robotics, agriculture, culinary arts, and many other things. The program will also feature 2 hours of each day centered on hands-on learning.
The biggest thing is the hands-on camp time. Because we're devoting 2 hours every day to it, and the excitement that we've seen from teachers and from students, the attendance is going to be higher. We're going to have I think the overall atmosphere is going to be, it's going to be more fun this year.
Nathan shared that not only are students and parents excited about the new summer program, but teachers as well.
And one of the cool things is our teachers were really excited to do it too. And when our teachers are excited to get in and teach, the teaching becomes more authentic, and so kids get excited about it as well. And so it just provides an atmosphere that's going to be fun for everybody.
Enrollment for the summer program is up 400 more students than it was a year ago. and school officials hope it continues increasing. In Joplin, Jalen Banks, KOAM News.
Junior high classes will partner with a nonprofit called Project Accelerus for its curriculum. High school students will work with Franklin Tech to explore career paths. The Cottey College Board of Trustees today named Dr. Stephanie Niles as the school's 13th president. Dr. Niles had been serving as vice president for enrollment and communications at Ohio Wesleyan University in Delaware, Ohio. Before that, she worked at several other universities, including Dickinson College and the University of Tennessee. Her first day at Cottey will be July 1st. Coming up, why a Kansas district judge struck down a congressional map. Plus, a Missouri man convicted of killing his mother more than 20 years ago is free after new evidence is brought to light. A Kansas district court judge today struck down a new Republican-backed congressional map. The map faced lawsuits claiming it would likely make it harder for the only Democrat in the state's delegation to win re-election this year. The judge's ruling is the first time a court has declared that the Kansas Constitution prohibits political gerrymandering. The state has appealed to the Kansas Supreme Court. The U.S. Supreme Court rejected an appeal by Kansas to revive a law that banned secret filming at slaughterhouses and other livestock facilities. Kansas made it a crime for anyone to take a picture or video at an animal facility without the owner's consent or to enter the facility under false pretenses. Lower courts struck down the law, and today the High Court upheld those decisions. The ruling says the so-called ag-gag law violated the First Amendment by stifling speech critical of animal agriculture. A Jefferson City, Missouri man is free after spending more than 2 decades behind bars, convicted of murdering his mother when he was just 14. Now new evidence shows Michael Polite may not have been her killer. Reporter Angie Racono has more.
Michael was released this morning due to new sentencing guidelines. He's out on parole, so he's not free because a court or a judge admits any mistake took place. But that's exactly what Two Innocents Project say happened in this case. It was wrong, it was bad science, and they will keep fighting to clear Michael Polite's name.
Hey! What's up, man?
Michael Polite was locked up for more than 2 decades for murdering his mother, Rita.
I love you.
He has always sworn he's innocent. Did you ever think this moment was going to come?
I always had my doubts, but I also always had hope. I'm really glad it's here today. This is the best day of all of our lives.
What is this like coming out and seeing everyone here and being free?
I'm speechless. I never thought this day would come. I mean, I don't see any barbed wire, razor wire. It's all open. It smells different. It looks different. Everything's just different.
Michael's mother was beaten, then burned inside her bedroom back in 1998. 14-year-old Michael quickly became the suspect. He was home at the time of the crime, and a police dog smelled something on his shoes. A jury was told they were covered in gasoline. Turns out that was wrong. Newer, more accurate testing reveals it was the glue in his shoes.
I never thought it would come. Where's my lawyers?
Michael is now backed by Two Innocents Projects who believe someone else committed the crime and point out in court documents Rita was in a nasty divorce. They laid out a new theory for the courts, a murder for hire scheme. The jury never heard the significant motive evidence that existed for Ed to kill Rita, nor did it hear any evidence suggesting that Ed had committed the crime with someone else. Michael's father, Ed, strongly denies that and tells us he's happy his son is free.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, baby.
He wasn't here when Michael finally walked free. He wasn't invited.
What got you through it? What kept you going?
My mother. This is all for her, man.
Today was full of joy, punctuated with reality.
What do I talk into?
Just talk.
Michael was locked up for so long, he was unfamiliar with newer cell phones.
Hey, this is Bernie. How are you? 23 years since I rode a bicycle.
And here's how he rolled away on a bike.
Let's go, man.
symbolic of what life was like when he was first arrested, a 14-year-old who only had 2 wheels. Michael says he'll keep fighting to clear his mother's name and expose the real killer. He'll also visit her grave. The last time he was there, he was 14 and in shackles.
Michael says he has a job lined up already. He'll be detailing cars, even though he was arrested before he even learned how to drive one. A little bit later, a showdown in Pittsburgh between 2 of the best baseball teams in southeast Kansas.
Plus, we're going to have a cold night for us tonight. We're going to look at that plus the rest of the week coming up next. Well, it turned out to be a nice Monday for us today after we had on and off showers throughout the daytime hours yesterday. It is going to be cold tonight, though. We're going to drop back into the 30s, so frosty conditions. Our average last frost is usually right about now. So this is typical. Anything past this, we definitely do not want. A nice spring week, and again, I think this will be our last frost. Late week storms that we have to keep our eyes on, showers and thunderstorms. Of course, you can get my long-range forecast on my month-long blog, KOAMnewsnow.com. Landers Chevrolet, southeast side of the city, so we're looking at I-44, so this is eastbound. And it looks great. We have pretty much clear skies, and this is what we're going to see as we go through the rest of the evening hours. Allergies are up there on a scale of 1 to 10. Today's a 7. This is mainly tree allergies. Tomorrow's a 9. So if you are an allergy sufferer, you're going to have some issues as we go through the next few days. Temps still pretty good. Most of us hanging out right around 60 degrees. We got these light northerly winds at about 5, upwards to 15 miles per hour. It's been a little breezy today, but the winds will back down a bit as we go through the evening hours. Sitting at 60 north winds, 10 to 15. Humidity is at 42%. Through the evening, we slip back through the 50s, 40s, eventually into the mid to upper 30s. 4 overnight lows later on tonight. However, frost advisory, mainly Joplin, points north. Our southern counties, you're going to hang out near 40, so you probably don't have to worry about a frost. We do have pretty much clear skies, any clouds, this showers, thunderstorms, this whole storm system heading away from us. And then if we look out toward the west, not a whole bunch going on. This is our weather as we go through the next few days, and then eventually this system out across the Pacific Northwest will change our weather up a bit down the road. Until then, we look okay. Pretty much clear skies. Cold tonight. You can see mid to upper 30s, but near 40 once you get in our southern counties. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow, near 60 by noon. We'll get these northeasterly winds. We should go into the mid 60s during the afternoon, 37 to start, 59 by noon. High temp 66, northerly winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, those winds start to switch back out of the south. This is going to help us warm up. So by Wednesday, we're going to have southerly winds, still quite a bit of sunshine. We should go into the 70s for afternoon highs. Clouds will start to increase Wednesday night, and you can see by Thursday morning some thunderstorms trying to erupt. These don't look too strong or severe, but we are going to have scattered thunderstorms Thursday morning, and then again trying to pop up Thursday afternoon. May get another batch into Friday morning, and then a pretty strong storm system rotates out late Friday. So we are going to have at least a low severe threat on Friday, something we just want to keep our eyes on. Still several days away. 66 tomorrow, 72 on Wednesday, 68 on Thursday, 75 Friday. Most of the weekend looks pretty good after a few morning showers on Saturday.
So after tonight,
This should be it.
no more frost till.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doug. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone. Doesn't cost you a thing. It's in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Still ahead, conference awards for a Pitt State pitcher who made program history last week. And Pittsburgh and Chanute hit the field in a battle for first place in the SEK. Jacob Leonard joins us with that and more up next.
Pittsburgh and Chanute have been the 2 best baseball teams in the SEK to this point. Chanute enters the day in first place with a 5-1 league record. Now, Pittsburgh is right behind them at 4-1. Now, today the two teams meet in Pittsburgh for the second time this spring. The Dragons trying for the season sweep. Bottom of the first, Jackson Turnbull hits a liner to the grass. Cooper Hayden and Dawson Stegman both score. It's 2-0 Pittsburgh. A couple batters later, it's Braden Benson doing the same thing. Lines one to center, 2 RBIs on the single there. Dragons get 4 in the bottom of the first. Top of the second, Chanute gets something going. Elijah Christie drives this one all the way to the wall and left. That's a double, and it gets runners on second and third, but after that, Jackson Turnbull, 3 straight strikeouts to get out of the jam. Turnbull, 10 strikeouts and 5 innings of work. Pittsburgh shuts out Chanute in this one, 7-0. Well, the Columbus Titans are still perfect coming into the day. The Titans are 11-0 to begin their schedule, including a 4-0 mark in CNC League play. Columbus aims to stay unbeaten, hosting a conference doubleheader tonight against Colgan. In Game 1, the Titans had to work for it, but they win it 6-3. We'll have highlights from this one and the latest from Game 2 right here tonight at 10. Well, Pittsburgh State's Paul Panduro has been named the MIAA Pitcher of the Week. And Panduro made a little history last Friday in his start against Newman. Panduro threw a no-hitter in the team's 9-0 win over the Jets. It's the third no-hitter in Pitt State history and the first 9-inning no-hitter. His 16 strikeouts, also a program record. And that's all cool, but the coolest part, that no-hitter was the first time his parents got to see him pitch this season.
It means a lot, being Paul Panduro and making my family happy. That was probably one of the most important things this weekend, was seeing my mom and my dad after the game, and just them looking so happy and proud just really got to me. I don't really tear up a lot. So when I saw my mom and my dad, they had tears in their eyes, I just had to let it go. And it was just one of the, most important part of this weekend was seeing my parents after the game.
Finally, the St. Louis Cardinals open a 3-game series at home against the Mets tonight. The Cards have 2 series wins in a row and have won 6 of their last 9 games. This one is going to get started here in just a few minutes with first pitch set for 6:45. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news right after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Jerry Kerr served in the U.S. Army from 1960 to 1973. The Rocky Comfort, Missouri native was stationed in Vietnam as combat infantry. He received several awards, including 2 Purple Hearts and a National Defense Vietnam Service Medal with 2 Bronze Stars. And we're proud to salute Jerry Kerr, a 4-state hero. You can learn about lots of other heroes from all across this area. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime. It's very simple. You just click on the link on our website, koamnewsnow.com. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Supreme Court hears oral arguments today over a coach's public prayers on the football field in Washington State. The ruling could impact schools all across the country. Also, reaction to Elon Musk buying Twitter. And it seems rising food prices have turned many people into gardeners. That and more tonight, KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We hope the gardens don't get a frost tonight, but it's possible.
Yeah, we are going to have patchy frost across the region through the overnight hours, but tomorrow looks pretty good. 66 for an afternoon high. 72 Wednesday, thunderstorms back in Thursday and Friday.
Final sports notes.
Joplin High School baseball on the field tonight for a big matchup against 8th-ranked Kickapoo. We'll have the latest from that one right here tonight at 10.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.
Salon service is provided by the